If you're watching this right now, I want you to take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Let it out. You're here because you're feeling lost. Maybe you're overwhelmed. Maybe you just relapsed, or maybe you're fighting urges that feel impossible to resist. You've tried everything. Cold showers, blocking websites, distracting yourself, but nothing seems to work. You're stuck in this cycle, and it's eating away at you. You feel like you're failing, like you're not strong enough, not good enough. But here's the truth. The reason you're stuck isn't because you're weak. It's because you've been fighting this battle the wrong way. And today, I want to show you a better way. A way rooted in ancient wisdom, in Stoicism, and in the science of how your brain works, why you're stuck. Let's start by understanding what's really going on. Every time you give in to those urges, every time you indulge in those habits, you're not just making a mistake, you're rewiring your brain. Your brain has a reward system. When you do something good, like finishing a task or helping someone, it releases dopamine, a chemical that makes you feel happy and satisfied. But certain behaviors, like pornography or other addictive habits, hijack this system. They flood your brain with so much dopamine that normal, healthy activities, like exercising, reading, or spending time with loved ones, stop feeling rewarding. Your brain becomes numb to everything except that artificial high. And here's the worst part. Every time you try to quit using sheer willpower, you're actually making the addiction stronger. You might resist for a day or two, but eventually the urges become unbearable and you relapse. This is why all those quick fixes, cold showers, blocking apps, or distracting yourself don't work. You're treating the symptoms, but the real problem, your brain's rewiring, is getting worse. Your brain has created what scientists call a superstimulus. It's like taking normal food and turning it into pure sugar. Your brain wasn't designed to handle this level of stimulation, so when an urge hits, it feels like a life or death situation. Your primitive brain thinks you need this to survive. But here's the hope. The same science that explains why you're stuck also shows you a way out. And this is where Stoicism comes in. The Stoics taught us that we cannot control external events, but we can control how we respond to them. The urges you feel are not within your control. They are automatic responses wired into your brain. But your reaction to those urges is entirely within your power. When an urge hits, don't fight it. Don't try to distract yourself or push it away. Just sit with it. Observe it. Watch it like you're watching a cloud pass in the sky. Don't feel guilty or ashamed. Just notice it. Scientists call this urge surfing. Think of your urge like a wave. It builds up, reaches a peak, and then it always crashes down. Every single urge you've ever had has eventually passed. The only reason urges feel unbearable is because you panic and try to fight them. The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from mastering your own mind. When you're stuck in this addiction, it's easy to feel like a slave to your desires, like you're powerless to change. But what if I told you this struggle is actually an opportunity to practice virtue? Every time you resist an urge, you're exercising courage. Every time you observe your thoughts without acting on them, you're practicing wisdom. And every time you choose to align your actions with your values, you're demonstrating self-discipline. These are the pillars of Stoic philosophy. The 15-minute rule. So how can you use this method in your daily life? Let me break it down into simple steps. Step 1. The moment you feel an urge coming, don't panic. Don't try to distract yourself. Just stop whatever you're doing. Step 2. Set a timer. For 15 minutes. Your brain can handle anything for just 15 minutes. Step 3. Sit down, close your eyes, and observe where you feel this urge in your body. Is it in your chest, your stomach, your hands? Just notice it. Here's what will happen. The urge will get stronger at first. Your brain will scream for attention. It will tell you just this one last time. You can stop fresh tomorrow. This is normal. These are just thoughts. Let them come and let them go. You need to do this every single time an urge hits. Every single time. Because each time you do this, you're building a new neural pathway. You're teaching your brain a new response. The 90 days challenge. But here's where most people get trapped. They try this once or twice, it works, and then they let their guard down. They think they're cured. That's when the temptation strikes hardest. You need to make this your default response to every urge for at least 90 days. Why 90 days? Because that's how long it takes to rewire your brain. That's how long it takes to break the cycle and build new habits. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The Stoics believed that adversity is not something to be avoided. It's something to be embraced. It's through struggle that we grow stronger. Your struggles are not a sign of weakness. They're a sign that you're on the path to becoming the best version of yourself. Every time you resist an urge, you're proving to yourself that you are stronger than your desires. Every time you sit with an urge and let it pass, you're reclaiming your freedom. Let me tell you what happens next. Most people will watch this video, feel motivated for a few minutes, and then go back to their old habits. But you're different. You stayed until the end because deep down, you know this is your moment to change everything. Here's what you learned today. Your brain has been hijacked. Stop fighting your urges. Start observing them. Minutes at A. Time is all it takes to start rewiring your brain. The next time an urge hits, and we both know it will, I want you to remember this video. Set a timer for 15 minutes, observe the urge, and watch what happens. Remember, the universe didn't bring you to this video by accident. This could be the moment everything changes. Take a deep breath. You've got this. I'll see you in the next video.